Good morning, government students. And so today we're going to go over the ideas of government worksheet that definitions worksheet that you had last week. And one of the things I'd mentioned was that I wanted you to look up the definitions, and the definitions are over here. And then there were also a set of a box for examples. And so today, I want to just kind of go over the examples. Well, I'm going to go over the definitions, and then you're going to have to come up with some examples over here in this box. And that's going to be basically today's assignment, what you're going to work on today. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one, which is called state of nature. And in the state of nature, the way to think about this, and I've got lots of terms up here, and if you're taking notes, you can see the natural condition of mankind, and you may have looked up some other terms on Google. But we're going to study a couple of philosophers, Thomas Hobbes and John Locke, and they're mentioned in my vocabulary terms here. Imagine if there were no government. I like to think back to, like, for example, the caveman days. If you go back to the caveman days, that is like state of nature. Now, you see my picture over here on the left. These cavemen look like maybe they're warring with one another. But back in those days, it basically the law of might makes right. Whoever is mightier, whoever is stronger, is more right. They get to make the rules, kind of like a pack of wolves in the wild, or whoever is the biggest or fastest beast in the wild gets to eat everybody else in the state of nature. The state of nature can be chaotic, but it doesn't have to be chaotic. And so that's going to be kind of one of the points, that the differences between Hobbes and Locke is left to our own devices, will humans or animals in the state of nature kill each other? Will they get along? This is some things that we're going to discuss. So the beginning, before there's government, there's no government at all. We call that the state of nature. All right. And so when we looked at the boys in the Lord of the Flies story, they land on this island. They're all by themselves, and they're now in a state of nature. What are we going to do? We have no government. The biggest boy could, beat up the smallest boy and take his food and his water. And in the state of nature, basically, the issue is going to be resources to live, food, water, shelter, those sorts of things. And so you'll need to come up with a definition for state of nature. Next term that you had to look up is absolute freedom. Absolute freedom is similar to state of nature in that, oh, by the way, here's another state of nature photo with animals just kind of in nature, getting along. And so this kind of gets to my point of state of nature can be chaotic, but it doesn't have to be chaotic.